One thing I noticed is like Zain versus Falco. He's way better at that. I don't know why that is. But...
because he practiced it a lot.
I know, but I'm saying I don't know what he's doing.
He's probably visualizing it better than you. Because like if you notice, like Zain, he can't exactly categorize how he's executing. You ever notice that? In fact, that's actually just Zain in general. Like he doesn't actually explain succinctly what he's doing. He just does it because he's very good at visualizing. You know, like that whole thing about how Zain is like a body player.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not thinking. He's thinking only about execution. That's why Zain is like one of the most technical players.
Period, yeah.
Not just technical, but also consistent.
Okay, I can play someone now.
Alright, you wanna try a little bit on unranked?
Yeah,
or I think this guy's okay.
What makes you say that?
I think I've seen this guy before, that's why.
0% was up here, right? Got a 4 that back there, that was not good. That worked.
Hey, that worked.
You got him.
You got it.
I could have actually got him.
I think that down tilt was fine. Little sloppy.
I spaced my grab.
I'm making a lot of mental notes, but I'm not going to tell you that right now.
You don't have to.
But you're doing all right. There's no need to beat yourself up. I just noticed we're playing against Sheik HD and Godrigo's Falco. We're not playing either of these characters.
Grab that. No.
You kind of wink at CI out there. That's hilarious. Oh, let's go, brother. Oh. Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Gotta focus on what you're doing.
Now I know my language.
Okay, so remember what we're focusing on.
Only 2 things.
Doesn't matter what happens here. In fact, we could
Okay,
like,
this
skip around.
I knew it wouldn't happen there. Okay, so here's what I usually go for after in this situation. Sometimes I do wave lane grab or nil grab on Dreamland.
And then there's I did immediate up air because I guess I got surprised by the tech in place, but I think I'm supposed to go for late up air up tilt.
Well, here's a
else?
question.
Yeah.
When does up air knock down? Do you know that?
When does up air knock down?
Unsealed up air.
Isn't it like, I'm gonna put a guess out. It could be completely wrong. Isn't it like 14?
No.
What?
It's 20%.
Okay.
So the fact that you're doing it at 0%.
It's a bad idea.
It just literally will
So
not
I should be up tilting.
Up tilting will knock down at 0.
Right. That's the tie thing. You told me that before. Okay, so you're saying I should just be up tilting here?
Not necessarily. But it does knock down sooner. Like the back head of up tilt definitely knocks it. The front head might not. But it's generally better to up tilt. If you're gonna knock down at lower percents, you know how you could find out for sure?
How? Uncle Punch.
No. Well, yes, but there's also something even more efficient.
What?
Using I need data.
I need data works, right.
I need data will tell you when moves knock down. So in case you ever have a question, a very efficient way of going about it is looking up I need data, learning how to use it, and then it will tell you if this knocks down or not.
Okay, so what you do in this situation is up tilt, and that's it.
It's up tilt and tech chase another time.
Okay, so if they tech roll away and try to go for a slide off, what do you do?
If they are at knockdown percent from up air, then I do a late up air.
Right.
If they do
but
not...
But if they're not, in this situation?
Well, that's the thing. To me, this is like a 50-50 of like trying to read a tech in place or a tech roll, so I actually generally go for tech chasing here.
Okay, so you down throw, and you don't even up throw?
Not below 20, when there's a platform involved. I'd rather go for like a corner or like an F throw tech chase.
Yeah, but in this particular situation, if I down threw, he would have slid off and grabbed the ledge. If I down threw...
I think you were pretty far away.
If I down threw, he would have slid off, 100%.
Well, that's why you gotta instantly down throw. You can't pummel there.
Okay, but he could, if he reacted, slide off and grab a ledge.
Yeah, and then sometimes you could mix like doing an immediate F throw at that percent. So then
it could just DIY and spot. I don't know. It just doesn't feel. Feels trashy. It feels garbaggio. It almost feels better to get one up air than it does what you're describing.
Maybe. I mean, it could ultimately be a mix-up, but in my experience, it's been very reliable.
As in, people are bad against it because they're probably not used to it, right?
Yeah, and also like when you immediately down throw, like they're probably not gonna immediately DI for it.
Okay.
So the speed of when you also throw matters as well. So then you don't give them time to like set up for a slide off.
Okay, so chat's raging. They're telling me just listen to you. Look, I'm asking questions.
No, yeah. It's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to have discussions.
Bird doesn't understand mix-ups. God, guys, you have no ban policy in your chat, do you? I want to ban this. I want to ban half the chat right now.
I love my chat. Don't listen to
this. I want to ban all of them, in fact. Jeez.
Yo, what's up, Al? But basically, I have my own flowchart. You could also have your own. I never said that your flowchart was wrong, but it is a mix-up.
But you're telling me
I prefer to go for a little bit more guaranteed of a thing.
Okay, so I mean, everyone knows Marth. The onset tech, it's a problem, and some people do the tech chase and stuff. In this particular situation, it's usually the one I struggle with most because when I'm close to the edge, down throw is like a legitimate gimp, potential, and so I will down throw there. This situation is usually where I up throw because I'm worried about the slide off and to grab ledge.
Okay, that's fine.
Down throw.
That's fine. Up throw is a legit mix-up. You just need to up tilt.
I need to up tilt.
Yeah.
Okay. Up tilt and then the tech chase thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay.
Then you just objectively did a wrong answer here.
Yeah, because that's just bad.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You need to grab there.
Don't focus on that.
Okay.
I want you to focus on when you could have punished. And this is one example of when you could have punished. Is that you didn't get out on aerial.
When was that?
When you crossed up your shield with a dash attack.
Can I see it? Okay, I should have down aired.
Yeah.
And I just didn't even come out. I think I was trying to even.
Yeah, you just did a full hop.
Yeah, it was just that was good. That was bad.
And I would also like to point out, this up air was a read.
That I did?
Yeah.
Because it was immediate, right?
Well...
Or why was it a read?
Because he teched in place, and you did this kind of up air. You got the back of it up air, which is definitely a read.
because I wasn't facing the other direction.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to be more consistent, I need to turn around.
Yeah, you need to get out. If you want to do platform tech chasing on reaction, you need to get out the front hit of your up air.
Because the front hit is I should always be trying to hit front hit with the tech in place. Mm-hmm. Which makes sense because you don't want to swing back that way.
And there was a chance that he could have tech rolled in and slide off that up air.
And that would have been terrible.
Yeah, he could have potentially reversal.
Interesting. Okay, so turn around. Always hit with front part in tech in place. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then you didn't.
Okay, so because of that, but I hit with back part, so I still didn't get a follow up afterwards. Yeah.
I think it's also because
to follow there, I should just be up tilting.
Yeah, because like he's like within like your weak hit of up air.
Yeah,
and you could hold down. So then like the answer there was to up tilt.
And I didn't have time to set up the late up air.
There's also a cool thing that you would only know by asking others, by having somebody that has a little bit more expertise. Since he was also holding down this up air, he could have done an up air up tilt.
Up air up tilt.
As like almost as a pseudo true combo. It's not like, true combo in the sense that you're comboing like a multiple up airs, but because he was holding down and you immediately up tilt from that, you could punish them holding down.
And then maybe you get a down air and all that.
Yeah, you could potentially get a down air if he DIs for you.
And even if he DIs away, you get an edge guard. So. Okay.
So that's another trick that you could have done there. You could have taken this mileage of a read, get it up to off that, and potentially kill Fox. Instead, you kind of just you waited, you got a weak hit of up air.
I got 2 hits.
Yeah, you just got 2 hits, which just could have been dead. You could have dared that, by the way.
Looking at it. Hey, but I got it anyways.
Do you see how this could be improved from this part?
Back here.
Yeah, you could have made this more guaranteed. When you did this, you could have dodged that by going
straight up.
Yeah, so this was actually...
I could have probably followed after that, but the back here is just better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like just already going out there.
Yeah, just back here.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to talk about that yet. So, you lost this DI mix-up.
I lost this DI mix-up because I tried a forward air, right?
Yeah.
And then he DI'd away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I don't need to forward air. I can just up air here.
You don't have to up air either, because like often from this DI mix-up here, they could SCI up and go to the top platform and make it way harder to kill.
Right. So there's a lot they can do here.
Yes.
I can also just F smash here.
You could F smash. I
don't know if that would even hit though. It kind of looks weird.
I propose something else.
Okay, Nair.
Nair. You
want
know
Nair?
Why Nair is good there?
Why is Nair good here?
If they DI in, that leads to a further combo. If they DI out, that leads to an edge guard.
Okay, because Nair is a stronger hit.
Yeah, Nair is kind of like Falcon's knee.
Okay.
Where like if they DI in, they're screwed because they get kneed again, or if they DI out, you just DI away so far away.
So that's why people do those Nairs.
Yeah, Nair is
because they're thinking that if they DI away, because here was a situation where I just like accepted the mix up.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't need to.
I don't need to
because I'm pointing it out for you.
Right. Okay, so Nair's good there. That makes sense. The thing is, I could have kept going. So bad.
So do you recognize
this guy's defensive counterplay is not bad actually.
But
like I up aired there and he slid off.
Do you recognize that there's a pattern emerging of why you're missing some of your follow-ups?
A lot of reasons, yeah.
What is the one dominant pattern that you're noticing?
Is it just decision making after when I get a hit?
What do you mean by that?
Like the left side platform up air was just wrong, you know?
Yeah, that is one. I do think there's another pattern.
What is it?
You are slow.
True, KoDoRiN. True.
Because like there's a lot of basic stuff that I'm noticing. Like you didn't dare out shield from that dash attack. You didn't take advantage of that upbeat.
Yes, I'm an old man. Yes.
And I just saw, like, when I was watching, I just saw there was a lot of, like, slow decision making
I
that
agree.
affected your punish game.
Yes.
And there's, like, so you did a loss when you were doing up air strings on the stadium game.
I'm thinking.
You did it, like, there's, like, a lot of time. Like, you probably spent, like, 5 to 10 frames total in between those up air strings that you were just sitting there.
Yeah. How do I fix that?
Well, this is the value of analysis. I kind of point out the pattern for you, but the pattern that emerged was you were just slow. You're slow in a lot of your decision making.
Yes. I made a decision maybe 10 frames slower than the average player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the value of analysis, is that you see patterns that emerge, and then once you see those patterns, those problem patterns, then you try to come up with solutions on how you go about it. You know,
Mark's not a very good character to pick if you have that problem. That's actually the optimally worst character in the game if you have that problem.
Right. You know, that could be
I just want to point that out.
That could
I just want to point that out.
That could definitely be argued.
If this is just a thing I have, why am I playing Marth? It's like the worst character to be for this. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. So your decision making is slow, and if you want to measure your progress on how to get better from here, you will try to implement what I'm saying, and then see if whatever implementation you try to do with me works out.
Okay, so, but I mean, what am I? Is my takeaway? Think faster.
Oh, that's a goal, but
that's not really. I don't think it's this. I don't know what it is, but I agree with you, and maybe that's what I know. I noticed when the few times I've watched myself is it's just like, oh, what is he doing?
Yeah. So, what do you think might be the solution here of how to make faster decision making processes on your flowchart and your edge?
Maybe it's the whole trust the body thing. Maybe it's basic tech skill. Maybe it's just like get way more comfortable with basic tech skills such that it's natural. Maybe it's be in the positions more.
So this is where solo practice really comes into play. Like it really gets handy. Solo practice is a time where you can isolate situations.
Yeah.
You could imagine situations. You could set up replays. And it's a time to see, all right, what are common positions where I get slow? You could set up an Uncle Punch replay, or you could just even imagine it and run it multiple times until you get comfortable. Because I noticed, like, there's something in decision making that's slowing you down. And you just gotta run it multiple times in solo practice until it gets to your hands. And then hopefully in friendlies, like, you see that situation, and you'll probably still slow, like, you know, there's still probably going to be some disconnect, but it's going to be faster. You're probably going to notice when you solo
trying
practice.
to get a little faster.
Yeah, when you shadow situations that, like, slows you down, and then do those situations repeatedly until, like, the decision making becomes faster and faster, and then you try to implement it in friendlies, and hopefully you see, like, you're probably not going to be perfect, but it will be a little bit better. Your progression will be a little bit faster. From, like, the problem of your slow decision making, it could be trained.
I feel like that might be the overarching problem. It's one of the main overarching problems, is slow decision making.
Yeah, like, you come from an analytical background of Slight Aspire and such.
Yeah.
Where, like, you're given all the time in the world to think.
Yeah.
Not Melee.
You
picked the wrong game to think.
Picked the wrong game, bro.
Yeah, Melee, overall, it's a game where definitely, like, decisions are studied prior.
Yeah.
And, like, it's more of a stimuli reaction test than, like, a thinking game.
Right. Makes sense.
Like, you're given a stimuli, how fast can you do this?
Yes. Okay.
And you're lacking, a lot of your practice lacks that. It lacks that stimuli that, like, you need to react to.
Yeah, I'm not like a Pavlov. I don't have the Pavlovian, like, immediate, you know, I see. I get. Yeah.
Funny thing is that your Pavlovian thing, if we were to analyze, like, how you got hit.
Yeah.
Is literally shielding and then shield grabbing off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, like, something that Unranked must have conditioned you to do.
Yeah.
But if you were to practice some sort of stimuli, which is why I suggested, like, you know, shadowing situations that's literally reacting to a stimuli,
Yeah.
that helps your decision making go faster. Because
Okay.
you're exposing yourself repeatedly to that, and your decision making will get faster the more you practice in your solo practice time, and then you see where you're at in friendlies, and then go from there.
Sometimes I can't tell if I'm really good at shield grabbing jabs, or if I just shield grab every time. KoDoRiN.
Then you got shadow.
I have no
those things.
idea. You know.
Do you know what I'm suggesting, by the way?
What?
It's called shadow boxing.
You're saying I should shadow box.
And I literally just described it to you, where like you shadow situations, you're imagining things, you're setting up replays. So then you're repeatedly exposed to this stimuli.
Basically,
and then
I
reacting
watch
faster
my
and
own
faster.
gameplay, see the things I miss, and then shadow box those situations back, or set up replays to set up those situations back, and do that repeatedly as a process.
Yes.
That does make sense.
Why do you think PP has advocated this?
Because he's Kevin Nanny and he does no wrong apparently, according to KoDoRiN.
Oh, that's why I got better.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any other questions?
We've watched a minute. Can
Yeah.
we keep watching?
Yeah, and we've already identified. Yeah, emerging. The whole point of analysis is not to take away from like one big situation, but rather an emerging pattern. Those emerging patterns is what stuck out to me. And ultimately, I can teach you how to like recognize those patterns a little bit better. Because often melee is not about one mistake made; it's about multiple. I find that funny thing in Ultimate and Smash 4, it's more about the one mistake you made. It's like you can freaking do a chain line. It's like all the components on the one mistake, but in Melee, it's multiple mistakes. So if I was analyzing Ultimate or Smash 4, I would like try to avoid that one mistake as much as possible, because it seems to be everything. See how slow that shield up there was, by the way? Like, it applies more than just imagine. So do you know what was the issue there?
I mean, he got hit with the But,
You could have actually pushed this a little
I
bit.
could have pushed it a little bit, right? So you think I should have...
And it was also a little fraudulent because he shield stabbed when he should have like light shielded.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of foxes do that, honestly.
Sure.
So that's pretty common.
But
I could
have
have
way of going
full
about
hop,
this?
double jumped, up aired, top platform on no tech.
You could have simplified this.
I could have simplified this. Could have simplified this.
After you got the first up air, what would it be a good way to simplify that situation?
You're thinking like F smash? I mean, it's
No,
on
that's
the
not-
frame
that's
line.
not- that's
What,
not-
like what do you simplify?
You could have up air up tilted again
You just upper up tilt.
because he was holding down.
Right, he was holding down. See, I'm sometimes not thinking about what DI I'm seeing. 'Cause I don't think I was. I was just thinking about what I need to do next.
Hey, that's also good, but like you need to have like a plan prior. It just sounds like here like you didn't have a plan prior.
Yeah, I was just trying to up air him.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of a plan, and my plan there would have been to up air up tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he's holding down. That's what I noticed the very first thing. If you up
And
air
then I
up
could
tilt
just
there.
down air.
Yeah, and then like you
He's
could have
not dealing
pushed
for
that.
it at all, right?
So like do it because like notice that he's still down there, and if you up tilt, you could have gone that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, up tilt makes sense.
Yeah, and even then, sure, there's more than one right way of going
Yeah,
about
Marth
combo.
can kill him in many ways.
Yeah, so you could have also simplified at this point if you were advocate of repeatedly up airing. What would be a better string to go for here?
When he's right here,
Yes.
I could do weak up air into something. No.
Weak up air would be
It's kinda hard
hard
to
set up,
hit.
and you would just go for another tech chase.
Maybe
and
I do a full hop up air and then land on the side platform.
Yeah,
That
go.
one?
That would be good. If you
Yeah.
full up air, your combo trees are greatly extended in this position.
Yeah.
So it would have been a very good idea to go for a full up air, so then your combo trees are more varied. Instead, you did a short up air, and it's like, okay.
Here, no, I'm looking at it again. I could have gone for single hit in air.
Sure.
Look at it. Like, I could just do it, jump, double jump, do one of those cool kid things, and become get on Reddit.
Yeah, and you could do that.
That would work here.
Yeah, you could do that. And I also still think full up air is fine in this.
Yeah, full up air, of course. Yeah.
So, how do you go about practicing this?
This situation?
Yes.
A lot of this is just mindfulness, I think, but I think you could practice up air, up tilt.
Solo practice.
Solo practice, up air, up tilt.
Yes.
As like a thing I'm thinking in my mind when I need a simple, hey...
You need to have a prior plan.
A simple, strong thing. I see... Okay, I need to... Basically, when I see up airs, I need to pay attention to their DI a lot more. And then if I see stuff like this... Because what he was trying to do is just get to the top platform at all costs.
At least later on. That string
at the beginning, he wasn't thinking. He was trying to... he was trying to ACI down at the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was at too high a percent,
yeah.
So he shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah. What I'm getting at here is that another theme is that it just didn't seem like you had a plan on pushing punishes. It just didn't seem like your only plan was to go for infinite up airs, basically.
Yeah, hit him.
Yeah, and that's kind of okay to do in FD and Stadium as long as you implement weak up airs.
Yeah.
But on triplat stages,
it's no good.
Yeah, because they have the top platform.
Yeah.
So you need to have a plan. And a plan to implement is to solo practice that you see those spots where you could up air up tilt, you need to turn around up air to get the reaction.
Yeah.
You gotta set those up from the patterns that you saw of not having a prior plan and then create a plan.
Yeah.
And the plan that I'm suggesting to you is that you could do up air up tilt. You could also do a full up air at higher percents. You could do those creative cool kid things like a single hit in air or something. I don't know, but you gotta actually.
But even if he does this, I still have a follow up, right? It's not like this should have ended anyway. I could have kept going after the get up attack and the whole thing, but it's not necessarily good compared to those strong you could die mix ups that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's more than one.
There's ways, yeah.
Because funny thing,
they all work.
I remember
you can kill with all of them.
I remember having an analysis with PP and Zain of the exact same VOD, and their advice varied a lot.
Really?
How this one punish tree, they gave two very different advices. So.
Interesting. Did PP go for the super simple method?
No, he told me something else. It's a little strange. Actually, it was strange because Zain actually suggested the simple method. But anyways, that's besides the point.
Interesting.
It was one specific situation, but the point is, advices do vary. You just need to find out what works for you, and even more importantly, actually practice and implement.
Okay. So, I think that makes sense. I shouldn't be getting hit by this get up attack, but that's actually not what's important. See, I think I would have been thinking about this get up attack. But you're right that that's not actually the most important thing here. Because this right here is a full up air, if I've ever seen one. Mm-hmm. And what I do?
Yeah, and it's you do another short up air.
And that's not good.
Yeah, and again, this is not a strategy game where you're given all the... Because we're looking at this now. We're talking about 5 different things.
Yeah, I'd get the right decision if I got an hour.
Yeah, but this is melee. You're reacting to stimuli. You're not given 2 hours to think about this.
Yeah. I'd be sick with 2 hours, though.
Oh, man. Everyone would.
I'd be so good with
I
2
saw
hours.
a Reddit thread that's who would be the strongest race if you could pause every frame in StarCraft?
Yeah.
It's okay, what's our most OP? But anyways, you need to practice reacting to a stimuli.
Okay.
And that's how you get faster decision making. It's almost like shadow boxing.
Yeah, so you're saying
this is what
solo practice would do me a lot, and also, it sounds like if I play very little, take everything I see from small, even this is a few matches, right? Mm-hmm. Take it, put it away, and then go back to solo practice, and just do that loop repeatedly.
You're doing the trifecta.
And then I'm trifecting over here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You utilize the patterns and coming up with solutions from analyzing, then you solo practice to implement, and then you do friendly to see if what you're implementing is working out.
Okay. All right. So we can keep watching this. Now I want to play because, or solo practice.
Yeah, now's the time to solo practice, see if you can implement,
Okay.
We could do that now,
What do you want to do now?
but I don't know. Like, how are you feeling?
I feel whole. So is this safe stated now?
Yeah, and now you can do an up air up tilt. So you gotta practice that. You know what you're doing wrong.
Oh, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, you aren't fastballing up. Yeah, you're not doing the shot.
I think it's like, and then he does other things, and then I'm like,
Just focus on this one. Just focus on doing an up air up tilt for now. No matter what he does. The point here is to execute. And you're not executing this. So it looks like here that we need to simplify this. If you're not getting this now, then you just need to simplify. So stop this. Save. Okay, go to the center. And then save there. Just do a shuffle up there. Just do that. Here's the important thing. I want this to be frame 2. Because the problem here is that your act out away from the up airs is way too slow.
it's even slower when I'm trying to up tilt.
Yeah. So I
I'm
want
not
you.
so bad. This one might be so bad.
Yeah, this is something that I noticed. That I wasn't exaggerating when I said that you wait like 5 or 10 frames in between each up air. So this is a fundamental building block. This is part of fundamentals that if
Yeah.
you were to improve in this, your punish game would be better.
So you're telling me that I can do flashy shit, but I can't fucking up or up.
Yeah. And for now, what I want you to do is just up air, up air, up air.
Just up or that's
Okay,
usually what
so
I do.
let me just show you what. Okay, I forgot that your X button is on.
How fast is it? What are you doing differently?
Actually, not that much. I've just done it so many times that it's just second nature. And you're starting to do it fine, actually.
I'm hearing the rhythm. It's helping me.
So you already got like a visualization in a sense. Like maybe feeling the rhythm is also fine. But yeah, already your upgrades have gone faster. It's frame 3. You're already so much faster until not.
So,
But you were a lot faster. Like I never saw a frame 3 upgrade.
did you just do okay?
So maybe since you said the rhythm helped you, I'm gonna do it like how it is.
Oh, I'm just doing more for it. Literally hearing you name is what's one problem. You're telling me that I couldn't up or up tilt this entire time, all these years?
Yeah, and now that you're getting a little bit better with those up air strings, now try up air out. At second. Don't do it. Don't test it that much.
Okay.
Remember that it's be very gentle. The technique here, you gotta be very brittle before you up tilt. And once you understand that technique, just visualize the up air up tilt. Just think of it.
It's going from down to up tilt.
I think what will help you, since the rhythm you playing that helped you, is having a metronome.
Getting this down to like frame 3 seems so hard.
Yeah, so I'm gonna clap you the rhythm.
Frame 3! Frame 2? I think if Fox makes on this, they think we're just fucking nerds. They'd hate us.
You know how PP dash? You know how he practices dash dance?
Huh.
He uses that too.
Does he really?
Yeah, he said so in his. I remember him saying it a long time ago, but he also said so in his. Said it in his podcast.
So, can I see how many frames you get? Because I'm curious. Is frame 3, 4 what I should be going for?
Ideally, you should be going for frame 1 or 2. But 3 and 4 is like a very good progression.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I could try.
I'm curious. Would you actually get?
Let me see if I could.
Okay, looks like frame 3, 4. We'll get a 1. 3, 2, 3, 2. 3, 2. That's pretty good. 1.
Oh, that one's.
But the point is, it's within a 2-3 frame range. Mine sometimes are like 9s. And those are way faster.
Yeah.
That's you clearly practice that.
Especially for chain grab streams. Where like doing fast upper is very necessary. And now that I got a little bit of practice, I'm starting to get pretty perfect.
Frame 1 twice?
Yeah. Again, it's the basics that are actually important.
Frame 3, 2.
Why don't you clap me to rhythm? See if you can.
Okay. Hey, but you're also doing late on it.
That's because like that's often what you need in like.
Yeah, but do the one I was. Is that harder? Or?
It's a little different.
It's just different.
But
It's
it's not.
just different.
It's not hard. Just gotta visualize what the perfect up tilt looks like. That's what I'm doing. I'm just visualizing what a perfect one would look like. I'm not overthinking it.
Yeah. What that means is frame 1 did. I hate this guy.
See how you see the value of solo practice? Okay, so like why not try hitting a fox now? Set the fox at 30%, set it at the save state, and we'll see. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, just go down. No, I mean go get below him. And then up air up tilt. That's all I want you to focus on.
Regardless of what he does.
Yeah, forget whatever he does, just do an up air up tilt. Remember, there's like a little shift in timing.
Because of it, I got hit.
Yeah. Right hand. That's one. Right hand.
Do the match.
That one was good. He did frame 2. That was frame 2. Now that's we did the simplified step so much that you forgot the step after that.
Yeah, so I was so hyped about that one.
Visualizing. See how much it matters to be fast.
In this video game, yes.
Well, not just that. When he held down that up air, that fast up tilt would push down. But because you were slow, you couldn't get that up tilt.
Get away.
Yeah, and then in real game, that would have given you an edge.
You're probably.
Real match, he would have died. Because now he's 17 minutes. So we're starting to get down the upper up tilt, and now.
Wild.
Wild, dude.
It's wild.
Let's stick with the basics.
Okay, let's just see.
Alright, here's another exercise I want you to do. And do up air strings.
This is the worst one.
See how there's hesitation? And the goal is like at like once they hit 90, or when they're really high up, aim for a weak up. I just only want you to do upper strings. Forget about doing that for a second. Until they go off stage. But that was frame 11. What was? Yeah. That was crazy.
Those are happening in accidentally hitting X beside my name. Those nairs, those aren't. I'm not hitting A.
Rematting your buttons, dude.
Like that's me going like this because I'm trying to go fast.
So this might be an issue of technique. Because if you're actually hitting the X button, which is a nair in this case, how are you short hop?
I go like this.
Why not short hop with your freaking cursed Z button?
Because I have to go. So here's the problem.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to hear it. How about you short hop? How about you short hop the Y to the other side?
I could try this. Huh?
Yeah,
Why the other side?
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
other
used to that.
But that might be the proper technique. Because when you slide off to the right side, you risk hitting the X button, right?
But I'm hitting it with this. I know I'm hitting it with this. So I'm going like this, and then it's like, that's what happens. I hit it with this part. Of my hand.
Can I see how you're doing?
You see, sometimes I hit it here.
Yeah, so I think if you were to flick the Y button to the other side, you would reduce the chance. Yeah, of course, you're learning a new technique, it will take some time. But I think you're not hitting the X button as much, are you?
I bet if I practice hitting the Z, I'd get way faster.
Okay, then. What's wrong with
Like way easier. But the problem is that basically my index has to be here. The only way I can short out consistently is like with the side of the stupid ass button, because when you're like just comfortable like this, it flops.
This guy.
I'm serious.
This guy. This is why you shouldn't remap your buttons. This is you're facing all these.
But like,
issues.
look at this. This is way easier, and I haven't practiced.
So
You know, I was getting frame ones and stuff.
how about do that?
Cool Z.
Yeah. Because it does sound like the current technique you're using is inconsistent because of that possibility. So,
Oh my god, it happens way more often.
because my advice to you, if you didn't remap your buttons, is that like I flicked the X button.
That's what you do?
Yeah, because like so then it runs no risk to
Yeah.
hitting the Y button, and I flick downwards.
Yeah.
And so as a result,
And then you go to and then you go to up. Basically, you go down up.
Yeah, and
So
like
you're
it's
already
also,
in the like space to hit C stage.
yeah. So this is the advice to
But I'm
everyone
going
else.
up and then I'm going back down,
Yeah.
which is really tough.
Yeah, so I honestly don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to figure that out of a consistent technique because you remember your X button to grab, and now I don't know what to tell you. Like my next best advice is to put Y the other direction, but I don't know.
But like then I might hit B and A. I don't know.
Yeah.
Y down is just weird.
Which is why I don't like.
Y down.
Yeah. Maybe you could try tap jumping.
On this controller. I use a tap jump all the time.
Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you. This is why you don't remap the controller, kids. I don't know what voodoo magic you're trying to work with, but I mean, you're gonna have to find a way because I don't think your technique is consistent, and it will definitely work. You gotta find out.
This is pretty important. It's literally a complicated.
It's pretty important. Very important. And I wish I could tell you my method, but yours is a little different, and I have not very much expertise in that. So you have two solutions. Either make your
really
current,
good at this.
yeah, make your current technique so then like you avoid pressing the X button.
I get really good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
find some other technique that would be more consistent.
That's round. But right now my upgrade is
Yes. This is such an integral part of Bard's combo games. And you're very slow. This is something I noticed when I played. Like,
Clearly, you notice my upgrade suck.
and like I wasn't getting hit hard in the platform side. And then when I noticed when I was like in a vertical state, you tend to like always do the same option. That's something else that I would have analyzed. It's like how often do you get hit? The emerging pattern is when you got hit is when they play a vertical game, you got beat hit a lot. You kept responding to the same options. And again, the sole practice version of that is shadowing. Like, okay, you do this. Okay, first off, you need to find solutions, and I can tell you the best solution to that. And then you shadow those situations, and then try to do solutions. You can either set the replay or like think about it, and then like react to that situation of like your proposed solution. Try to fair the landing, snipe the double jump the platform. Those two things are better than trying to shift grab. Yes. What do you want to do now? Do you want to?
We play video games.
Yeah, we could. You want me to play my Fox, my Falco?
Whatever you want to play.
Alright. So this will just be not going to be teaching as much. I will point out like what you may be doing wrong.
Yeah, let's just talk while we play. Let's just talk while we play and point things out, like you know, in that way.
I'm gonna bop the blur.
All right, get at it.
Alright, my Fox or Falco?
Whatever you want. I don't want sword.